Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're about to wind up this show on October the 21st. Again, good morning to all you folks in Brownsville and Jackson, Memphis, and throughout the Mid-South. We're going to switch gears and close the show out today, and my voice is about gone. We're going to talk fishing. Who better to talk fishing with? The Bassett man himself, Square Bill crankbait guy. Here he is. We've got him. He saved his voice for this whole segment here, and that's our good friend David Beal. You got it, David.
All right. Good early Saturday morning.
Yep.
Listen, Larry, Frank, all the listeners out there in listen land, all you anglers and your weekend fishermen, get ready because it is about to blow up out there with fishing. Really good activity.
Oh, and here I am quarantined. Thanks, David. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. It's not only out there in the outdoors on the lake now. You know you can also pop on the TV and
I know that.
You can get a little bit of it.
I'll be doing that. But what's going on though? I mean, we got a full moon coming up pretty soon, I think.
All right.
But we've got so many. This is just a great time. Crappie fishing, bass fishing. I'm hearing great reports from the big lakes, and I know you are too. And you folks, if you want to get some information, just go back there and see old David Best out there at Primary Tackle and SYS Wilson. I bet you'll learn something. But David Beal, so where would you go if you were going to go fishing today?
If I was going to go fishing today, I would hit any lake, pond, or stream that's nearby your house. Because everything's on fire right now. The weather has been dropping at night down in the 40s, which have dropped the water temperature down in the 60s right now from the late summer. So all these shad, man, foragers have gotten on the move. These little 2 and 3 finger fry and little baby bluegill and crawdad, all the forage, little baby crappie and these brim and these little forages and crawdads and everything, bringing those predatory fish out.
They're bringing the bass.
They're
out
eating. They're feeding up for the winter.
They want to eat, but they want to get fat for the winter, right, David? I mean,
absolutely. So what they do is they feed up real nice and get themselves really fat and a bunch of nutrients and protein for the winter. And then what they do then is kind of settle out for the winter. They still eat in the winter, but they prefer really big meals. But right now they're gorging. And what that does is set them up for the spring. For
even the farm ponds, right, David? I mean, even the farm ponds. Yeah.
Oh man, you can catch this time of year, Larry. You can catch some of your biggest bass and biggest crappie out there in those farm ponds right now. Some of these guys talk about the PBs, their personal best. This is the time. This is the time of the year. The water temperature is critical.
What are you using? What are you using? I know you're a Square Bill crankbait guy. But what do you recommend for mid to late October here?
All right. So I'm always going to keep a Square Bill crankbait tied on. However, we're going to go with top water. So if you got your walking baits. Love it. Yeah. Your buzz baits.
Yes.
And your frogs. Those three for me. And on your buzz baits, for me, take the skirt off. A lot of guys like to keep skirt on with the little rubber things on there, but take it off and put your beaver style bait on it, or a frog, just a straight plastic frog like a Zoom horny toad or something like that. And that way you can keep that buzz bait on top pretty easy. Or you can just put a shad pattern like a swim bait, a 3 or 4 inch swim bait on your buzz bait instead of using a traditional skirted buzz bait, and take that skirt off, and you'll find out that you'll get bigger and better bites this time of year.
What about color, David?
So depending on water clarity right now, if your lake if you can see anywhere from 2 inches down to a foot deep, go ahead and put your dark colors on: June bug, straight black or black and blue. And then if you can see 2 foot or better, you can put your chartreuse on white or straight white. So things to contrast.
And we're dry, David. I mean, most of these ponds are a little bit below normal. Of course, you mentioned the Mississippi River to Captain David Magnus there. And so we're in a dry situation, folks, and you need to be careful. If wind comes up or anything like that and you're fishing from the shore, make sure that you don't let something set fire or anything like that. And if you take something in, take it out. Don't leave it. And I know David goes along with that. Leave it like you found it.
Yes.
And I know that this is a good time to take kids fishing too, isn't it, David?
Absolutely. You know, back in the summer, Larry, it was very, very hot. We had some really hot days, and a lot of kids couldn't get out and go fishing this past summer. They had a lot of extracurricular, but they couldn't stay out there long. At this point in time, you can go in the morning or any time of the day. The good thing about taking kids this time of year, you can take them at any hour, midday, right. And these fish are going to eat. Not like the summertime, when it's really hot early in the morning, then a couple of hours you got to leave. You can take them at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the day, and it's cool.
You can, and
fish are biting.
Until daylight savings time goes off, you still got some time in the afternoon after school, at least till then, and then all of a sudden it's going to get dark.
Absolutely.
Real early. Well, I appreciate that, David, for you always give us a great fishing report and do it in a way that's easy to understand. This man loves fishing. He's got a full-time job, too. He's in law enforcement and has been doing that, but it's always a pleasure to have David in the studio with us, and he and Frank have done a great job today. Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome, Larry.
I wished I could be there, but I sure didn't need to be there. Shelby, thank you. Hopefully next week, I don't know. I'll find out later on that, but try to be back because it run long, and Bill Cooksey will be in with us next week. We're going to talk about that DU Ducks Festival coming back to Memphis in 2025. We've got a spokesman from DU going to be on the show, talk some fishing with the kayak. Get this, David. The BASS Kayak Angler of the Year is on next week's show.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to I'm sure David Best will know all about that, but we'll have all that on next week's show. And we may be cutting off a little early right here, Shelby, but I'm out of gas. So
out of gas?
I'm out of gas, man. I'm sinking. Y'all got 5 minutes to say something?
We can handle it.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Well, why don't y'all handle it? Let me get out of here. Y'all close the show. Y'all know what I say every show, right, Frank?
You bet.
All right, do that. Shelby, I'm gone, okay? David,
hey, Larry,
you
take care of yourself, buddy.
All right, safe travels, Frank, okay? We'll
all
talk
right.
to you when you get back. All right, bye-bye. Bye.
Well, I guess everybody figured out Larry has not been feeling very well. So he is, and he was a trooper to do this. So we wish him the very best. So, David?
Yeah, so for our listeners out there, we're going to be praying for Larry. Everybody pray for him, that for his health and strength. Now, I want you all to understand that go ahead and take your children out. If you hadn't had time to take them out fishing, go ahead and take them out fishing. It feels very, very beautiful out there. Take a jacket. And as Larry mentioned, when you go to a place, some of these places are private, or if they public or private, but leave it like you found it. A lot of the times, Frank, we get out there and we find extra fishing line and things of that nature, and corks and snack papers that people left out there from fishing. And I think that's very disrespectful. If a person go out there, clean up. That's one of the things that
from a dog trainer standpoint,
mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you the number of times that I've gone out to train my dog around a piece of water,
mm-hmm.
and I find a hook.
What? See, that's what I'm talking about.
And the anglers, I'm sure, don't think anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
But my dogs
mm-hmm.
step on that that hook gets impaled in their paw, and it's a major ordeal.
And it's money too.
When we go to try and take it out, they don't understand that we're trying to help them. So yeah, what David said is right. Leave it no worse than you found it, and preferably better than you found it. So well, we've had a good show. We've had a little bit of adversity with Larry under the weather, but I'm sure he'll get better. And he doesn't sign off early. Fact is, I don't know that I've ever heard him sign off early like that. So we'll give him a call when we get off the air and check on him. So on behalf of David Beal and Larry Ray, who's not here, this is Frank Barton from Outdoors with Larry Ray Show. And as Larry would always close it out, it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else? God bless the USA.